one bullet. Just one bullet set the world on fire. A war in which 15 million people died. A war where soldiers on horseback fell in rows before machine guns. A war where poisonous gas blinded men. And a war whose ending was actually the beginning of the next one. This is the story of World War I, and today we will uncover the facts that history books often leave untold. The year was 1914. It was June. Sarajevo, Bosnia. The heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, was traveling in his car when a young man fired a shot. But here is a surprising fact of Chute. Earlier that day, a bomb had been thrown, but it failed. The assassin, Gavrilo Princip, became disappointed and went to buy a sandwich. By pure coincidence, Ferdinand's driver took a wrong turn and stopped right in front of the very shop where Princip was standing.
Princip seized the opportunity and changed history.
Within a week, Austria issued an ultimatum to Serbia.
Within a month, Europe was in flames.
And 4 years later, the world had been completely transformed. Imagine this.
You are sitting in a ditch.
No roof. Rain pouring down, mud up to your knees. Rats chewing at your boots. And bullets could come flying toward you at any moment. This was trench warfare. On the Western Front, France and Germany dug nearly 700 kilometers of trenches. In some places, the enemy trench was only 50 meters away. Soldiers lived in those trenches for months. No chance to bathe. No clean clothes. There was even a disease called trench foot. Feet would rot after remaining in water for too long.
And the most terrifying part?
In many battles, neither side could push the other back for months. Millions of lives were lost for only a few kilometers of land.
The Battle of the Somme.
On just one day, July 1st, 1916, the British Army suffered 57,000 casualties.
In a single day.
This was the first war in which modern technology was used to kill on a massive scale. Poison gas. In 1915, Germany used chlorine gas for the first time. Soldiers saw a yellow cloud rising from the ground. They had no time to escape.
Gas! Get the masks on! Hurry!
Later came mustard gas, which burned eyes and destroyed lungs. Tanks. Britain introduced tanks to the battlefield for the first time in 1916.
When German soldiers saw these strange iron beasts moving across the battlefield, many fled in panic. Some thought they were witnessing a demonic machine.
Airplanes. Before the war, the airplane was only 11 years old. But by 1918, aircraft were being used for reconnaissance, bombing missions, and aerial combat. In just 4 years, humanity developed more deadly weapons than it had in thousands of years before.
December 1914. The war had been raging for only a few months.
On Christmas Eve, small Christmas trees lit up the German trenches. Then someone began singing.
The British soldiers listened in astonishment. Slowly, soldiers from both sides climbed out of their trenches. They met in no man's land, Untold, the very ground where bullets usually flew. They shook hands, shared cigarettes, showed photographs of their families, and in some places, they even played football together. When commanders learned about it, they were furious. But for one night, ordinary soldiers decided that they were not enemies. They were human beings.
To this day, it remains one of the most beautiful compass and most tragic moments in military history.
November 11, 1918. At 11 a.m., the armistice officially began.
But here is a shocking question. The agreement had already been reached earlier that morning.
Yet commanders continued fighting until 11 a.m. As a result, thousands of soldiers were killed in the final hours of the war.
The terms were so harsh that Germany's economy collapsed. Anger and resentment spread throughout the nation.
And from that anger emerged a failed painter named Adolf Hitler. The end of World War I was actually the seed of World War II.
15 million people. A war that began with a single bullet.
History does not ask who won. It asks how many died, and why.
If you enjoyed this journey through history, subscribe to the channel. In the next episode, we will explore a new war that changed the map of the entire world.
Until then, Podol, goodbye.